Obviously, they have great players. They have great players all the way across the board, starting with the quarterback. I think, Wentz is just an unbelievable guy. He's athletic, he's big, he's tall, he's strong, he can throw the ball, deciphers defenses really well, and he uses his go-to players. Ertz and Jeffries, you're going to see those guys be featured a lot here in the offense, and they can run the ball extremely well. They're really well coached up front. So for us, it's a big challenge from that standpoint, on the offensive side of the ball, and we're going to have a lot of different things in order to kind of, contend with what they do. So, but I think another year in the offense for Wentz and his ability to just really understand what Doug Peterson wants to do and be able to execute it at a high level, you can see that production really kick in.
You mentioned it. He's got quite the weapon in Ertz at tight end. What do we see from him here?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Just, critical situation here down in the red area. It's first and goal, and they kind of just put you in a bind. They're going to spread you out a little bit with the receiver set, put the tight end off the ball here. So you're not really sure if it's going to be a run situation where they can just, get the ball downhill. Quarterback has options off of that. Or they're going to try to go into a pass set. You can see the outside release here of Ertz. He's just going to follow the receiver up. The quarterback does a great job of just kind of expanding the underneath coverage here with a little bit of a eye control on the flare route here by the back. The tight end, Ertz, he stems it up. Safety knows he's in a tough position, gives a little bit of a head nod, and then just breaks towards the pylon. And, the quarterback just did a great job putting the ball up and letting Ertz go get it where only he can really make that catch. And he's just got such great hands. He comes down with it and it's points. So just extremely difficult to defend, and the nuances of their offense and what they do. Obviously, their offensive line does a great job of giving him time in these situations. They got a great pocket here. They got depth. They got width. And again, allows the quarterback to give just a little bit of a look off to the underneath coverage, open up that tight end seam, and then just, throw it in there at the pylon. So just very dangerous down in the red area.
Well, they definitely struggled with some injuries last week. Few players that weren't able to finish that game. Jeffery was one of them, but let's look at the concept here. What can they do with him?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a big guy. He's got a great catch radius, and he runs really good routes. So, they're going to put him in different positions, line him up, and really they're going to motion him, move him, try to get different matchups. This offense certainly is about matchups, and they're going to use the play action game here with the quarterback. So dangerous here in the run game and the threat of the quarterback run that it's just a simple little pop pass in there to Jeffery. You can see just kind of pushes off the DB. He's got a huge catch radius, goes up, grabs the ball, and then he can get vertical into the secondary quick. He's got a strong run after catch and just converts into a first down. So very difficult to defend this whole package of offense between the conflict of the run and the pass and the play action that's built off of it. And, they just executed at a high level. He's very calm in the pocket, waits for him to get open, puts the ball where only he can catch it, and then they just get vertical into the secondary and they convert. So just great weapons all the way across the board. They've got some great players up front. They got some great players in the secondary. They're constantly going to put pressure and different looks onto the quarterback and make it as confusing as possible with the coverage concepts that they run. So just overall very challenging defense to try to get some production against offensively. They stop the run extremely well, and they force you into those passing situations. So it's a big challenge for us. We got our work cut out, and we'll see what happens here on Sunday.
You guys did a really great job last week when you had Bosa and Ingram to look out for. Now you've got Fletcher Cox. What kind of challenge does he present?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the most dynamic defensive tackles in the game. He's big, he's strong, he's long. The power that he can play with is just, it's amazing. At times you see him do some things, and it's just, you're like, how do you stop that? And I think that's where we got to be just really disciplined from that standpoint. He can really change a game in a hurry.
Show us what he can do here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, you're going to see the shot from the end zone copy, but he'll be lined up right here in the three technique position. He's going to get off the ball in a passing situation. He's just got that inside, slap move right there by the arm. He's going to come up underneath the guard and just really moves him right out of the way like he's not even there. And, that's really hard to do. He makes it look easy, but that's just how good he is. And he gets into the pocket right now and just kind of engulfs the quarterback. So I think you can see it here from the end zone copy, just how strong, how powerful that this is, for him to be able to kind of come off the ball, slap the guard by, and then just get into the pocket right now and get onto the quarterback. That's an issue.
You mean moving an NFL offensive lineman isn't that easy?
Yeah, those are not easy to do, not at all.
All right, let's move on to the secondary. They've got Malcolm Jenkins back there. What can he bring to the table?
Yeah, just a dynamic player, and really kind of the veteran leadership that they that they have in the back end. He's a guy that's very versatile. He can play down in the box in the in the run fits. He can cover man to man. He can play in the deep part of the field. So they'll move him around quite a bit, and I think with the different blitz packages that they run, he's the featured guy that kind of controls everything, tells everybody where to line up. up and what the calls are going to be, and then when they need to isolate him on someone, he's going to lock him down. So just a great player for them, a great veteran leader of that defense, and someone that really helps all of that go.
He's in real sticky coverage on this play.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, they put him down in the box and they match him up here on the tight end, and he just walks up into it. He knows he's going to be one-on-one with no help. Kind of gets after the tight end here at the line of scrimmage, gets into a good trail position, and really he's a smart guy. He does a lot of film study, and he can just really tell what the route is here just by the release. Cuts underneath the tight end here and gets his head back, and then just gets his hands up through the pocket and makes the play. So just a really savvy veteran player that does a lot of things. And from a coverage standpoint, these are really hard plays. He's in an outside leverage position, and the receiver's running the route away from his leverage. He's got to be able to undercut it and go up and through the pocket. So just a phenomenal play by him to lock down the tight end in this situation.
What does your offense need to do to look out for plays like this?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to run really good routes and, make sure the protection is matched up with it. They're going to bring pressure off of it, and we got to get open and have good throws and good catches. So it's a challenge for us. We're going to have to do different things to kind of keep them guessing from that standpoint. We can't just run those basic type of routes where he can just run underneath them and make a play.